I wanted to start by thanking everybody for being here this evening. This is a wonderful opportunity that we have to celebrate the careers of some of our best and brightest. The Hall of Fame at the National Advisory Board Hall of Fame was started 8 years ago. As we traditionally do, we induct 3 individuals into the National Advisory Board Hall of Fame. And 2 of those people could be with us this evening, but I'd first like to talk about the person who couldn't be with us this evening and why he couldn't be here this evening. And that is a person who's become a very good friend of the college, Scott Coor. And if that last name rings a bell for those people who are from Arizona, yes, he is a member of the Coor family. You know, the Laddie Coor kind of thing down at ASU, our quote sister institution, unquote. And Scott is a 76 alum in marketing, and is a co-owner of a furniture company in Phoenix called Trendwood. But mostly Scott has been an amazing friend of this college because it was Scott who first introduced Betsy Manel and I some number of years ago. Betsy, 7, 8?
4.
No, you know, life has gone on with you. 6, 7, 8, some number of years ago to one Mr. Bill Franke. And it was Scott that walked in the door with us, got us in the door with Bill. And I need to tell a little Scott story even though he's not here. So Betsy was the development officer and I was the dean at the time. And Betsy had trained me on how to do development. And there was a process. And you did this thing, and then you did that thing, and then you did the next thing, and then it might turn out really well at the end for you. And so Scott gets us in the door with Bill, because Scott knew Bill, because Bill gave Scott his first job. And we do the pleasantries, and Scott says, so Bill, there's 3 business schools to name in the state of Arizona. 2 of them are gone, there's only 1 left. You should do that. Now, for those people who are involved in development, you realize that's exactly the wrong way to do this. You know? And so Bill turns to Betsy and says, so how much would that cost? And Betsy, in sheer panic, says, $20 million? And he turns to me and says, well, what would that entail? And that was the beginning of a 3-year relationship that led to the naming of the College of Business. And it turned out to be $25 million rather than 20. But it was done so wrong from the theory. I have to tell you that Scott is in North Carolina because he makes furniture, and this is Furniture Week in High Point, North Carolina. And if you sell furniture, you have to be in High Point, North Carolina this week or you can't sell furniture. But last week, Scott was in Bozeman, Montana. And the reason Scott was in Bozeman, Montana, because a good friend of his, Jacob Jabs, who's a Montana State University alum, he took to Bozeman and talked him into giving $25 million to Montana State University for a brand new business school building. So he's kind of like our rainmaker in the world, okay? And we wish he could be here tonight, but he can't. But we will honor him next year when he can be here.